Hello, and welcome to Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter, a podcast where Dr. O from All Creatures Every Spine interviews doctors and animal owners that utilize animal chiropractic to get their unique perspectives. Yes, it's really a thing. Dr. O utilizes his 30 years of experience as both an animal chiropractor and veterinarian, and to dig deep into the discussion of complex issues affecting the lives of your animal friends and companions. Join us for this educational episode. Thanks for joining us for this portion of the episode as Dr. O begins to answer the question, what is animal chiropractic? He will look at how the chiropractic adjustment is a valuable and viable treatment for what ails your animals.
What is animal chiropractic? Animal chiropractic and human chiropractic both have one thing in common. Neither one of them are meant to treat or cure any problems. The only thing that chiropractic does is remove nervous system interferences from the body, which allows that body to perform at its optimal ability, which may or may not be the resolution of the symptoms that the animal is bringing to us. Are they healthy enough to respond? Do they have a proper diet? If they don't have the proper building blocks, they can't get healthy. Do they have a proper environment? Are they living in a house with a lot of secondhand cigarette smoke? Do they get some exercise? Do they get outside? Do they move around? Movement is life. Without movement, we're going to die. Historical data shows that chiropractic care increases the likelihood of survival during a pandemic. Look back at 1918, the flu pandemic back in 1918. And today science validates why chiropractors of the past and present have these incredible results with immunity. We know what happens with the adjustment. It has been proven that we can increase this stuff. All right? Medical examiners looked at the size of the tumor to make a prognosis about future health and recovery. And that wasn't very good. But now research from 2014 proves that the health of the nervous system directly influences the strength of the immune system. A whole bunch of patients were looked at, and a healthy immune system even helped cancer go away. So change the process altogether. The most important prognostic factor in determining whether you can recover from a lot of different things is the vagus nerve. What's going on in the vagus nerve? It directly connects the body's ability to prevent sickness and recover from an affliction. Pharmaceutical labs and medical professionals, responded to the discovery by initiating development of new drugs and technology based on improving the function of the vagus nerve. But we know that the chiropractic adjustment improves that. One of the things that they want to do for people with epilepsy, have a son of epilepsy, is they'll put a vagal nerve stimulator in there. You know what? The chiropractic adjustment of the atlas stimulates the vagal nerve. So chiropractors right now aren't allowed to say, that, hey, the chiropractic adjustment improves immunity, because chiropractors are their own worst enemy. There's so much infighting. Watch a movie called Doctored. If you're in doubt of that. But chiropractors need to get along, because we all have this amazing tool that helps the body use its amazing tool, or the innate ability. And we know that innate responds to the environment that it's in right now, and if that environment is hampered by bad hearing, bad vision, bad proprioception through interferences in the nervous system, we're going to have problems. So as an animal chiropractor, my job is to look at your animal, to remove all the nervous system interferences from his spine so that the toes can communicate with the brain, so the brain can communicate with the stomach, and so that the animal itself can be as healthy as possible and it can maintain a healthy status. So what animals need to get adjusted? Any animal that has a spine, needs to get adjusted. We adjust chickens. We start at day of age, day 1 of age. As soon as they hatch, we try to get them adjusted. We adjust the day before slaughtering on those. We adjust dogs. We adjust old dogs, geriatric dogs that just, they've retired or they're house pets and all they do is sleep on the couch. We adjust those once a month. High performance dogs, some of those we adjust every 2 weeks. We've got some rodeo horses that we adjust every 2 weeks. Other horses we adjust every couple months. So what do you want to get out of your animals? To get the best performance out of your animals, get them chiropractically adjusted on a routine basis. Thank you.
Make sure to visit our website, allcreatureseveryspine.com, where you can subscribe to the show and learn more about getting your animals adjusted. If you are in the Meridian, Texas area, drop in on a Tuesday afternoon to get your animals adjusted. If that isn't possible, schedule a consultation on your animal's health with Dr. O. You can also purchase a copy of Dr. O's book. Yes, it's really a thing.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. For me, my hero is Frank, my best friend. But even the greatest heroes need help sometimes. Frank and I were at the park the other day when he started limping and favoring his left leg. I didn't see what happened, but I could tell something was wrong. So we went to see Frank's favorite vet, Yvette. Yvette the vet. After running some tests, she determined that Frank had torn his ACL. His best option was surgery. But unfortunately for me, surgery wasn't an option. So what could I possibly do to be a hero to my hurting hero? That was when Yvette told us about hero braces. She took a quick cast of his leg and said this mold would be used to create a biomechanically designed stifle brace, custom made just for Frank, allowing his body's natural healing processes to take over and stabilize the knee. About 2 weeks later, she fitted the brace and gave us the green light to walk, hike, and snuggle, and do all the activities that Frank and I were used to doing. It was that simple. Hero braces are lightweight, don't stretch or tear, and are durably designed to last the life of your dog. So Frank can get back to being Frank. Like I said, heroes come in all shapes and sizes. And lucky for us, so do hero braces.
Your active dog needs more than water to rehydrate. Replenish Dog Water Supplement is an all-natural powdered water flavoring, prevents dehydration and provides vitamins for your dog. Created by a veterinarian and rooted in science. Give your dog the care they deserve with Replenish.
Standard Process is a third-generation family-owned company in rural Wisconsin. You could say we just make nutritional supplements, but we know we're changing lives. We grow ingredients on our own certified organic farm without pesticides or herbicides, because we think they should be as close to nature as possible. Quality is our priority. That's why we do everything right here, from hand-picking the seeds to delivery, so you know exactly what goes into every bottle.
Join us as Dr. O interviews a certified chiropractor, veterinarian, or an animal owner. These enthusiastic people explain how they utilize animal chiropractic to alter the lives of the animals in their communities.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter. I'm your host, Dr. O, and I would love to thank you once again for getting us into the top 15 of the 250 animal or chiropractic, human and animal chiropractic podcasts that are out there. And you're the ones that are doing it. You keep listening to us and we're going to get up there. Today's guest, I'm going to let her introduce herself. This is Dr. Holly.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Holly Baucom. I'm a Sherman and ACES graduate from 2018.
All right. Tell us where you practice.
So I am in upstate South Carolina, just about an hour outside of Asheville. So the surrounding area mostly, Asheville, Spartanburg, Greenville, that area.
Cool. And your practice is how much animal, how much human?
I'd say 95% animal right now.
95% animal. Are you one of those people that went to school just to do animals?
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't get into vet school because I fainted at the sight of blood, and to get back to it was chiropractic. So human chiropractic, that's where I was.
That's cool because, probably 20 years ago, that wasn't an option.
Right.
So it's becoming more and more available, and more people are starting to do it and learn how, we see that a lot of students that come through our program. So anyway, so first off, what's your biggest win with animal chiropractic?
I don't know, because all of it is so great. I guess the biggest one would have to be some of my personal experiences, because we have an unofficial sanctuary farm, and so we've adopted some animals that were, the vet recommended to put it down, and we're like, no, we're not doing that yet. And just being able to bring something home and work on it the way I want to work on it, and see them going from death's doorstep to damn near normal just because of my knowledge and how I've been able to work with them is amazing.
Cool. So, anyway, and what about your personal life? How has obviously animal chiropractic has changed your life, because 95% of your practices is animal chiropractic, but,
Well, changing my life again, it's like we end up adopting all these animals, and that's our passion and that I think that's always been my goal, really, is to help those that can't be helped. And having this unique gift is what it is. It's the ticket, the golden ticket sometimes, and it'll bring you to tears sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Some of the animals that you can help, and some of them that you can't help sometimes are the,
Yeah.
But you make them all feel better, even though the ones you have to define help sometimes, I think.
Yes, that is a big thing, is, what is their life actually to them? How much pain are they in versus how much hope they have, kind of deal. But yeah, that's a huge decision for everyone involved.
And, I find with dogs especially, that most dogs, if they can make it to the food bowl, and not poop on themselves, what else is there in life,
That's a couple of our animals. So I guess our first little miracle story was, he's not little, he's like 18 hands. Our draft horse that we rescued, and he felt like a warped 2x4 when I first met him. Put him out on some good grass and throw some supplements at him and adjust him whenever he needed it. And now the thing runs around like any other horse. And the vet told us to put him down because he was too weak. I'm like,
yeah,
he's happy now.
Yeah. And so it's definitely, and Bud was here when you were here. We finally lost Bud.
I saw that. This is
But he was 70 or 43 years old. So how old was he really in human years, right? So he was 43. So, and he taught a lot of animal chiropractors. And the thing about Bud was that you didn't think you did anything, but it made a huge difference. So, trying to get this turned off. Anyway, so what, so horses, so what about dogs? Do you do a lot of dogs or?
I did a few dogs, but the dogs can tend to bring more heartache than some of the horses because just the lack of knowledge on the owner's part, I guess, and that's also the doctor's responsibility is patient education. But they'd bring you a dog that's 17 years old and all of a sudden is paralyzed in the hind end, and you're like, I can help you a little bit, and this is what we need to do. This is a care plan, and this is your homework, and they don't do any of it. And a week later, you find out the dog has passed on. So dogs are hard for me. Extremely rewarding when you do get a situation when owners follow the protocol and follow their homework. But right now I'm mostly just doing friends' dogs, not really doing dogs for the public at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, and education is huge, and getting people in and getting them to understand that we don't put a Band-Aid on. We do
it's something you got to work at, not always just one and done.
Well, and if you, like you said, you work on a 17-year-old dog. So if you work on a 17-year-old dog that's been fed bad food for 17 years, what you're going to have to work a lot harder.
Yeah.
I've got a dog coming in right now that was paralyzed in December, and we did our 3-visit protocol, and the dog was great. Oh man, we're fantastic. I said, all right, we'll see you again in 2 weeks, and we'll do 2 weeks for a while, and then we'll go to once a month. And I didn't see her again until last week. And guess what?
Paralyzed
again. And we did our 3-visit protocol for paralyzed dogs. And she's standing now, but it's not working this time because last time after 3 visits, she was running around. So, okay, well, the second time there's probably more damage done.
Absolutely.
That's why we recommended maintenance care, So
didn't have enough healing time before they
go back to zero.
Yeah.
One of the problems that I have with horse clients is that most of them don't have a team. Because you need teeth and feet and.
Yes, that is something that, so I guess I'm not a recent grad, but still like freshish and coming into the world and learning things. And one of my best friends is actually a barefoot farrier, and just listening to her on a daily basis, you learn so much about the whole picture of everything, and it's incredible what you don't know still.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. But if you have a good team that she's doing the feet right, and making sure that, we get a heel first landing and the frog actually touches the floor and, um, so that you get good circulation in the foot, then you're not going to have abscesses. And then it's going to help because if you get an abscess because of a bad foot trim, that's going to alter the gait and that's going to cause subluxations. Now we heal the foot, right? The abscess goes away, but guess what hasn't gone away?
All your compensations.
Yeah, all those subluxations. And so people ask, when do we need to get our horse adjusted? And it's like, now, we do a little 12-point safety check. I don't know if you remember that, or I don't know if we did that when you were here or not, but
I'm not recalling it. Why don't you enlighten me?
well, we do it. So all we do is take and cross the horse's feet. So we tuck right over left and it comes back. Then we go wide and it comes back. And if the horse doesn't bring his foot back to normal, it's because he can't feel it.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't recommend you put your daughter on that horse or your wife on that horse or whoever, somebody a loved family member on that horse that can't feel its feet, and then let's go ride in the woods.
Yep. So talking about a good team and neurologic tests, basic neurologic tests, just this past week, I had a barn and 2 of the 3 horses, I had to tell the owners, I was like, we need a more thorough neurologic exam because they're failing these basic tests. We've had a plethora of DVM and Lyme disease cases this summer, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Which are both opportunistic parasites.
Yep. Yeah.
And so what's the best way to prevent an opportunistic parasite?
Promote health, diet, chiropractic,
exercise.
Yes.
So if you are in an area that has experiencing an outbreak of disease, and disease is spelled DISEASE, then it's probably because the animals in your area are experiencing dis-ease,
Yep.
which is not the same as disease.
Yep.
And so as animal chiropractors, our job is to go in and get rid of those dis-ease before we get disease. I got some echo coming. That might be better now. Anyway, so that's one thing that we do. And if we try to promote that, how we're going to go in and how we're going to help as a prevention, I think as an animal chiropractor, we truly promote wellness and health. And as veterinarians and medical doctors, their idea of wellness is lack of disease, which isn't necessarily healthy.
Right. Oh, you just look a little bit deeper. It's not, it seems.
Yes. Yep. So what do you wish people in your area knew about animal chiropractic?
So again, that's probably a reflection on patient education, but just like we were talking about, the deeper benefits of maintenance care and how you can keep so many things, not just literally looking at a spine. You can keep systems in line potentially with, balancing the body, the feet, the teeth, the diet. You don't brush your teeth once a year. So why would you only get adjusted once a year?
Right. And it's not only that, but it's every I heard something that I think you'll like. So stick up your thumb. All right. So that cell right there needs to go to the bathroom. Okay. So help it. And it goes, all right. Now it's going to go down. That waste product's going to go down your thumb, up your arm. Okay. And get to your liver and kidneys to where you can get rid of it. All right. So how long did that take us to think about that and get it out of there?
A lot longer than it took to actually process through the body.
Right. Now, here's the thing. There's 32 trillion cells in your body. I know that's a huge number. If we could do 10 cells in a second, so 10, because we get 32 trillion cells in here that we're going to have to help go to the bathroom. How long do you think it would take for us to help every one of our cells just go? How long?
I don't know.
At 10 cells per second.
That'd take a while.
32 years. That's how fast our brain is processing information, how fast our animals' brains are doing this information, telling the body what to do. And as animal chiropractors, we go in and help make that more efficient. We help the brain handle white noise, which is stuff that happens in the background, like telling your cell to go to the bathroom. All right. 32 trillion cells to go to the bathroom. So instead of having to spend 32 years, how much, if your horse was busy telling all its cells to go to the bathroom, how much riding would you be able to do?
None. So it's just this mental image. 32 years of a horse trying to go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, they pretty much do that anyway.
But that's all they do. But they don't have to think about trying to go to the bathroom. It just happens because that's how our brain functions. That's how their brain functions. And what as animal chiropractors we do is we go in and help that happen more efficiently. We don't hinder it. We don't give them a drug that's going to make it go slow down. We don't give them a Band-Aid that's going to tighten it. We don't, we help it happen, which is what chiropractic is all about. And chiropractic isn't magic. People go, oh my gosh, it's magic. No, it's not. It just is. It's just like, if I drop this, what's going to happen? If I let go of this, what's going to happen?
Gravity.
It falls. I could do that 100 times and it's always going to fall. It's never going to go up. Why? Because it's gravity. It's a law of nature. And that's healing happens according to the laws of nature. Healing happens above, down, inside out. That's the only way. It's not going to happen any other way.
Yep. Remove interference and life goes on the way it should.
Yep. So, how can people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me through my phone number, which are we giving phone numbers?
Yep, that's great.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so best means of contact is by phone or text, and my number is 910-386-6816.
All right. We'll have you give that one more time here in a minute. And Holly's north of Asheville, and she's going to give her a contact. Huh?
East of Asheville.
East of Asheville, sorry. Give her a call, and she'll be glad to help you and adjust your animals and get them so they heal above, down, inside out.
Yes.
One last time, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
My phone number is 910-386-6816.
All right. It was good to talk to you. Any words of wisdom you want to pass on?
just live. Quit worrying and just live.
Quit worrying and just live.
It's too much.
Amazing. All right. Remember, the body heals one way and one way only. Above, down, inside out. Keep your atlas adjusted, and we'll see you all later. Thanks.
Thank you.
If you are or know a veterinarian or chiropractor, or a student of either of these professions, visit our website, Animal Chiropractic Education Source, to see how to become certified in animal chiropractic. Start improving the lives of the animals around you. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the ACES channels so that you never miss an exciting episode.